Hi everybody, and welcome to another edition of My Colorful Expert. I'm Angela Dacey with Heaven and Earth, helping you to live life colorfully. And today I have a fantastic colorful expert with me, who's Meredith Deasley from the Resourceful Mother. Some of you may know her from her book that is quite expressed all over here in all these different locations and places when you're in Southern Ontario. But if you don't live in Ontario, no worries, because we're going to give you all her contact information at the end. But first, I want to welcome Meredith. So hi, Meredith.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. We're sitting out front on my nice little sunny porch on a very hot day in July, and we really wanted to come today with some information about kids and nutrition, because for one, this is where her expertise lies. But I know for me, I have two kids, almost 13 and 7, and summer's here, and they think that means slushies and pizza and hamburgers and freezies and ice cream and pop. So my questions are, I'm interested to talk a little bit about what can we do to help kids get through the summer, let them have their fun, but we know as moms, we don't want them heading back to school and then immune system's down, colds and flus happen, and we've all been there. So give me some insight on what you think with all this.
All right. So a lot of people think that you should start by giving them a multivitamin to help counteract all the junk food they're having. But in fact, if they're not able to absorb that multivitamin well, it's not going to really make a big difference. So better to give them something like acidophilus, which is the most common form of probiotics, because acidophilus actually improves the health of their intestine overall, and it helps put good bacteria into their body. Because what candy and processed foods does is it depletes the body of good bacteria. So if you can be at the same time giving them lots of good bacteria and replenishing that, then they won't react so badly to all the junk food, and their systems will stay healthier.
So that's a fantastic idea, and it's so true, because I think of acidophilus a lot when they're sick, but I don't always think about it before they're sick.
Right.
So how would you recommend I incorporate that into their food for the summer?
So it comes in a powder, and you can get it for all ages. You can get it for infants, you can get it for toddlers, adults. So it's all ages, and you put it actually in their juice or in their food, or if they'll swallow a capsule, they can take it in a capsule form. So generally what I do is one daughter likes mustard on her sandwich, and the other daughter likes ketchup. So I'll make a sandwich, and I'll just open up a capsule of acidophilus in and mix it with the mustard, and with the other daughter I'll mix it with the ketchup.
And do they know?
They don't know. I mean, when they got older, they started to see how I was making the sandwiches, but for years they didn't know I was doing that.
Okay. And one a day, do you suggest?
One a day.
One a day, okay.
Yeah, and I really like the Make DDS, which you can get at the superstore even.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, it's a reasonably priced one, and it's really powerful.
Okay. It's good to know, because I've put the powder on cereal before, but then I find they don't always finish it. But I never thought of putting it in something like ketchup. My little girl just had a grilled cheese today with ketchup. I could have snuck it in there. So that's a great idea. That's a great idea.
Yeah, so that really helps a lot. And even when mothers are breastfeeding, there's good bacteria in the breast milk. So, but sometimes the kids have symptoms. So they have eczema or they have asthma. So I say give the baby extra acidophilus. So that sometimes they'll just put a little bit on their nipple before the breastfeeding. So yeah, there's all sorts of tips.
That's great. I wish I knew that when I was breastfeeding mine, because she actually had eczema terribly for the first year of her life, which we've cleared up a lot of those issues now, but still it makes such a difference.
Yeah.
Wow. So you've got the book called The Resourceful Mother, the invisible copy right here. Tell me a little bit about that book and how that came to be.
Okay, so it's actually, the full title is The Resourceful Mother's Secrets to Healthy Kids. And I know it's a mouthful, but I was known already as the Resourceful Mother, so I really wanted to have that in the heading.
Nice.
But that came about because my eldest daughter reacted to all the common allergens.
Oh.
So dairy, wheat, sugar, chocolate, corn, citrus, everything.
Everything.
And it's because she didn't have enough good bacteria.
Wow.
Yeah, so that led me on a whole journey of healing her, going to nutrition school. Now I teach pediatric nutrition at the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. And I was doing a lot of talks to parents, talking to them about nutrition and the impact that food has on any person. And I thought, whenever they leave after a half-hour talk, they don't have the whole picture of health. So I thought, I've got to have something in writing that gives them the whole picture. And I even remember trying to publish it and them saying, well, this is a big book, we could have this in a lot of little books, and that could help people, you could make more money that way. And I said, no, it needs to be one book so that nobody's missing anything, and it literally covers every aspect. It talks about all different sicknesses, it talks about different conditions, different symptoms, and how to help them with food or supplements.
No wonder she's resourceful.
So that took me 6 years to write.
Wow.
Because I felt I had to read every book on the subject. I read about 100 books in order to write my book.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and because I helped my daughter heal, it was so close to my heart. And when my second daughter was born, reacting to food as well, I thought, okay, obviously I'm supposed to do something with this. So that's how it all started.
That's awesome. And I can definitely be a testament as well, because my daughter had allergic to dairy for her whole life up until probably about 6 months ago, and then she just turned 7. And I think it's through healthy eating, watching foods, doing some homeopathics, you know, really taking note of her health and what was affecting her, that we were able to clear the dairy allergy, which, I mean, now I said she just, you know, even her grilled cheese though was rice cheese still, but still. But she now can actually enjoy some dairy where before there was absolutely no way.
And that's so good you brought that up, because there are so many doctors that say you can't overcome allergies, or they'll say, oh, they might outgrow the allergy, but then they end up with something else. You know, it'll start out with eczema, for example, and then if they haven't figured out what the problem is, what the culprit is, that eczema will move into asthma, and then they'll have asthma. So the body's always finding ways to communicate with us, but definitely healthy eating and certain supplements can heal the immune system and the digestive system, and we can get rid of allergies, but there's still so many that will say, no way.
You know, and I think, quote me if, I think my quote could be wrong here, but I'm sure it's like 75 to 80% of all illness comes from the gut.
Yes, that's correct. It's actually higher. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah. And that just shows you that our diet is so pertinent to our health on all levels. So really, being in allergy season too, if someone's suffering with bad allergies, they probably need more acidophilus.
Right, they do. Yep. And they also, if they eat better, they will do so much better with the environment. So it's acidophilus and good eating.
Oh, I'm so including that into my kids' diet and mine, starting now today.
It's
because it's sitting there in my fridge and I half the time don't think about it.
Yeah.
So you're right. Now, can you ever have too much acidophilus?
If you have too much, you end up with diarrhea, which a lot of people say that would be a welcome problem, because, you know, so many suffer from constipation.
Better than coffee.
Yeah. So definitely that's something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. So it makes sense that if we really want to be healthy, start with the gut, start with acidophilus. I'm interested to challenge all of you out there to do that with your kids and yourself this summer, and see how their health is for the fall come school time. Yeah. Especially those young primary grades, because heaven knows they're always going like this. See if they can avoid getting those colds and flus. And the acidophilus builds their immune system too. So also the other thing is, you know how they're in the pools so much. Not everybody's as lucky as you to have a saltwater pool. So many have chlorine pools, chlorinated pools, or they're in public pools, and that depletes the body of good bacteria. So sometimes the kids can actually be worse in the summer, or they get a buildup over the summer, and by September they're a mess because they've depleted all this good bacteria in these pools. That makes so much sense. Yeah. This is why I have colorful experts in people, because there's so much out there that we can do in our day-to-day life to help us with everything: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. So this is amazing. So how can people get in touch with you? Because just so they know, you do private consultations and you do talks. You've got your book. Is there anything I'm missing that? No. That's good. And I know she's in some of the schools, but how can they get in touch with you personally? So my website is theresourcefulmother.com. Okay. And my blog, which is all free information, is theresourcefulmother.ca, and I write that every 2 weeks. And then my phone number is 905. I'm just going to have a mental block here. You don't call yourself. 905-503-1421. Awesome. So this has been great. I mean, it's a short, always but sweet. I feel like I could talk to you for an hour or two to get all the information possible, but I think we just got a fantastic tip that we can use through the whole summer, so we know what we can start doing now. I'm going to do it. I challenge you to do it. I want to thank Meredith for being here and coming to my little house today.
Thank you for having me.
So you're welcome. So that we can, I got some good color energy behind me, which funny enough, orange is fantastic for the gut, just so you know. Orange and yellow were the two best colors for digestion. So it's kind of funny we picked that. And you drive an orangey car.
Yeah, and I wear a lot of orange. And my biggest challenge myself is digestion, which is no coincidence that that's my daughter's as well.
Ah, okay. See, it's always tied together. So I recommend that you definitely go check out her website, read her blogs, learn more information, and then if you want to contact Meredith, please do so. But until the next time, I want to thank Meredith for being here, and thank you for watching my little blip on colorful experts in this area. And I hope you come back again next month. Tell all your friends, tweet, Facebook, you know, the whole scoop. Tell all your friends to join up, and I'll have another amazing colorful expert for you next month with Angela Dacey, Live Life Colorfully. Until then, have a great summer, everyone. We'll see you soon. Take care.